Yellow. Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome back. Today we're going to be going from this dark gray to this light gray. So this is the original color of the wall. I did paint the wall this that dark gray color that you saw, I want to say like towards the beginning of this year. So I'm just giving you a good look at the dark gray, and I'm also pointing out the differences in the whites here. I'm definitely going to get the stairwell painted nice and bright. I'm trying to show you guys the difference in the light gray paint. The light gray was the original color of the walls, and I did get the paint because we didn't have any of the light gray paint left. I went and took the lid to Home Depot and attempted to get it matched, but it didn't. All right, so this is some of the, I guess, like rusting that's happening, that's coming through. The bottom underneath this is metal. It's the same as this. So I'm definitely going to get that covered up, and hopefully it stays covered. If it peeks through again, then, you know, it's gonna happen, but yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I am getting the stairwell nice and cleaned off with some lemon Lysol. And what I was describing, so here's where I think I messed up. The light gray paint was the original color on the wall, as you can see, obviously. The previous homeowners left a lid of the paint color, and I believe the lid where they got the paint color was at Lowe's, and I took the paint to Home Depot to get it matched. And unfortunately, it did not match. I mean, if you stare at it, you can see the difference, but if you're just somebody, you know, just coming in, you wouldn't be able to tell. But obviously, because I live here, I can tell. Anyways, so my advice would be, if you do have a particular paint color, definitely go back to the where you originally purchased the paint and get the paint matched so that it can be, you know, a similar tone. But I'm not really sure if that always works, because I feel like I have done this in the past, like when I ran out of paint and I went back to get the paint matched. I'm not sure. I don't know. To me, it just seems like it's never really, unless you buy like the color straight off of the shelf, it's never going to always be exactly perfect. Red. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Red. Yes, baby. Yeah. Paint. Can you say paint? Good job. Paint. Paint. That's right, buddy. I love you. Hi. Yeah. Paint. You want to try? Whoa. Good job, baby. Good job painting. Whoa. Good job. You're such a big helper. Thank you, baby. Whoa, that's my big helper, huh? Yeah, my big helper. So I went and got the step ladder and started painting the other side of the stairway, whatever you call it, because I didn't want to reach around and risk getting paint on the wire, like on the wiring, I went ahead and did it this way. And of course he wanted to try to step on the step as well, but I did paint around these screws because I like the way that the screws look peeking through. Okay, so this is after the first coat, and I don't know why it's not really looking as bright as this side, or maybe I'm just, I don't know, seeing things, but I think I might do one more coat when it's all the way dry. Maybe just go through and spot coat it. I mean, it's whiter, but I just don't feel like it's as white as the other side. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna let this dry and then come back, maybe do another coat. So here's what we are working with right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint everything that's below the blue tape white, and just that little bit of dark gray that's above the blue tape, I'm going to paint it with the gray that I attempted to get matched to the wall, and I'm going to see how noticeable it looks. And if it's super noticeable, then we're probably going to have to paint the entire living room another color, or get a gray that matches and get a couple gallons. So yeah, the joys, the joys. Anyways, here we go. And as you can see, I changed my mind. I took the tape off and I just went in with the light gray paint. Initially, what I was going to do is paint a white strip, and I just thought to myself, okay, if I didn't like the white, then at least, you know, there's primer in that paint and it's gonna make the dark gray light anyway. And if I didn't end up liking the white, I can just go over it with the light gray. And then I thought to myself, I sat and thought and was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this white. So I was super frustrated. I went for a run and I came back and I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and paint this the light gray. And if I don't like it, that's okay. I can always go back to the store, buy some more paint, and either paint it another color or, you know, repaint it the light gray. And I just want to say it is okay to make mistakes. Perfection does not exist, period. And that is in life also. If you make a mistake, especially a mistake that you can't take back, the resolution to that mistake is learning from it. And what I learned from this is it is okay to make mistakes, especially in house decor. Try new things. If you don't like something, you can always change it. It's not that big of a deal. It may require some elbow grease and some additional work, and that's okay. Take your time. You don't have to rush to get things done. You can always change things. Nothing is permanent. And now that I was done with ended up doing 2 coats of paint. I used that little mini roller, which was really nice. And I just went in with an angle brush here and got the edges really nice and neat and clean. And it's so crazy. That can that I used was like perfect. I literally had no more paint left in the can. So that small, I think it was a quart? Yeah, that quart can definitely filled up the entire wall, which I was just like, oh my goodness, thank God I didn't have to go and get more paint. So it is the next day here, and I am just using some caulking, and I went ahead and filled the holes in with the caulking and I let that dry. We did end up switching the couches already, and we did that pretty late at night and I didn't record that. So also another thing that we did, which I found made a really big difference, is we lowered this mirror so that it's like shoulder length. You can definitely see yourself in the mirror and it doesn't sit so high on the wall, which I noticed was a really nice change. And after the caulking dried, I went ahead and used like literally the small, I like was scraping that can. I just used a small amount of paint and just dabbed it onto the top of the caulking where the holes were and just blended that, that in so it was nice and smooth. So I tried a couple of things underneath the mirror here as far as the decor goes, and I did several things. Like I switched some plants around, and I didn't record everything because it was just a lot of switching around. I was switching my mind, my mind changed a lot. So I initially tried this and I was like, okay, this is looking a little too low. So I moved this back, and then I tried using the small plant that's in between the two gold chairs, and I put it underneath here, and I didn't really like that because it was a little too dainty. So I ended up moving the Monstera back, which looked nice. And really, I like that this entryway is, clutter-free and simple and neat. You guys, that is definitely my style. I like things, I just don't like a lot of clutter anymore, and I like things to be nice and open and neat. And this is the finished look so far. As you can see, it's a lot brighter. So this is what I was talking about, and I'm sure you can't really tell on camera, but if you really look close, you can still see like the line. The paint that I got, attempted to get matched, just has a different like undertone than the original. Like I said, you can't really tell unless I can obviously tell, but if you're like really staring at it. Anyways, so here is what the stairs are looking like. And like I said, it's definitely brighter in here without that dark, hi, can you say hi? Good job. Without the dark gray. And I moved the mirror down here, which I think looks a lot better because it's a lot more leveled. And then moved the couch, the one that was in the front room. I swapped the couches out, which definitely I feel like looks a lot better too. This couch here is smaller, so it definitely fits better in this room because this room is pretty small and we spend a lot of time in this room. I don't particularly like that it matches like the carpet so much, but what can you do? So I moved that back where it was, and I just think that looks so cute there. But yeah, definitely liking the vibes. See here, you can see where the couch print, and don't mind the mess, was before. Like I said, it is, a smaller couch, which fits a lot better in here. And then he's got a lot more space for his little corner here also. So hopefully these marks, will eventually lift up and not indent the carpet. But yeah, so that's what this is looking like. And then we come over here, and that's what this room is looking like. So, and then that is where, remember the plant stand that I removed the contact paper, I stuck it in this corner over here. So I'll show you a little close up of that also. I think this looks pretty cute here. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanksgiving's coming up. Happy Thanksgiving. See you guys. Have a great week.